D, and welcome to today's episode of Welcome to the Box, where I talk about how movies make their way from the big screen to the little screen. This series is for when a movie is deemed worthy enough for their very own TV show. And surprise, it kind of happens a lot. I've already been doing this series for a while, but now it's called Welcome to the Box. Officially, it's way catchier, so we're gonna do that. And today we're gonna talk about Tangled, the series. The series movie. I was actually kind of excited about this one when I heard Disney was bringing back Tangled for its own show. This is also the first Disney Channel show based on their movie property since The Emperor's New School back in 2007. And that doesn't include Disney Junior or anything on XD. I'm talking about the main Disney Channel. Because I already know Sophia the First don't play by that shit. And I'm not going to mention I just watched the cinematic re-release of that other motion picture with a lost princess, with magical know-how, somehow about a vague magical plant, tree, flower thing. I don't know. It's very thinly connected, but my expectations are definitely not obscenely high, or at least expecting something more than mediocre. But now that it's 2017, the future, I'm sure we won't be disappointed. Plus, they had 7 years to get this right. Alright, so today I'm going to take a look at the event that started it all. Tangled, before ever after.
We followed some lanterns, I saved you from Gothel, you saved me from death, and then you got arguably the world's most overly dramatic haircut. And then
I was reunited with my long-lost family. But that is where our new story began.
So, the show takes place after the original movie, but before the Ever After short film made in 2012. Get it? It makes too much sense now. So after the prologue and recap of events, we immediately jump into the story with this.
They're gaining on us!
And though I do commemorate how they tried to start the show off in an exciting way, it is ultimately and entirely pointless airtime.
The game's over, Your Highness. The welcoming ceremony is about to begin.
Why would you schedule a game like this before an important ceremony? Well, I'm certainly glad we took time away from our busy schedule, and these 3 assorted guards currently on the clock. Guys, the palace was robbed! What's why? We only took like 3 guards, and they all obviously suck at their job anyway. You took the 3 guards specifically guarding the treasury! We're fucked! This intro's pretty unsuspenseful, too. I mean, it doesn't serve any story purpose, it doesn't introduce any new characters. Even if you didn't see the movie and have no idea who these guys are, there's still no build-up or weight to the chase. What happens if they get caught? They're gonna go to princess jail? But even if that was true, we don't know that. And I already clarified that this is a TV movie, but it's pretty much just an extended episode of the show. In the first 10 minutes, we get Rapunzel's coronation plot, Eugene's plan to propose to her, and an ominous scene of the secret antagonist in the works, who won't appear until 33 minutes into the movie. And this is probably the first time I noticed how oddly this movie can flow. And I think it's mostly because it's so boring. You could have probably cut this thing down to one 22-minute episode in reality. Yeah, you'd have to drop a few things like the proposal plot, that so necessary chase scene intro, and all the scenes with nothing happening. You know, with tighter pacing, this actually could have been more than just, okay. As there are some exciting scenes, but far and few between. Eugene's plan goes nowhere, by the way. It only serves to get Rapunzel to want to leave the castle.
life's gonna be like strawberry sherbet once she is Mrs. Eugene Fitzherbert.
Dude, you'd be lucky to get a hyphen. And you said Princess Eugene Fitzherbert. Is she gonna take your first and last name too? What reality do you live in? You get married, you take both your partner's first and last names, so I guess it can be extra confusing? Alright, so I finally want to address the new original character named Cassandra. You might recognize her from scenes sometimes. Says some lines once in a while, I guess. Eugene doesn't like her.
How's that water feeling, Fitzherbert?
Dark and icy, just like you.
I guess we don't know why. But this is the point in the movie we learn that she's actually the daughter of the captain of the guards. Wow, she's actually pretty badass. Yet her job has absolutely nothing to do with any of that, which is why she's perfect for Rapunzel's lady-in-waiting, which is apparently like an assistant for royalty. I assume she was like Rapunzel's bodyguard, because why would they make her lady-in-waiting? Did she volunteer? Is this something she had to do? And if not, why does she want to do this? Yeah, I think they kind of made this character a bit of a mess. Her personalities just don't seem to match up. I mean, it seems like the two of them are friends, but we know nothing about how they met, why that is. Cassandra literally has no other interests other than weaponry and fighting, and that also includes other episodes because, okay, I did watch a few other ones. Even if they're planning something with this character, it's still really badly set up and kind of lazy. But that's kind of what you're supposed to do with new characters. Introduce them. And I don't feel that was successfully done here. So then Rapunzel wants to get out of the castle, and Cassandra takes it as, I want to see your torture closet, apparently. We get a montage of some pretty scenery, and there are some really gorgeous shots in this movie, though. I'll give it that.
So, what did you want to show me?
Believe me, it's better if you see it for yourself.
Okay, I guess Cassandra has an agenda. It turns out to be the spot where they found the golden flower that gave Rapunzel her golden hair. And this would have been a way better intro scene than letting it just come out of nowhere. I mean, it's interesting, plot related, and could serve as a suspense driver until we get to this part in the movie. Anyway, Rapunzel gets her hair back after invading the Spike's personal space, and I guess they don't much care for that because they immediately run after her to tell her off. Or stab her. It's kind of a cliffhanger on that one. After 10 more minutes of back-to-back Eugene and hair filler, we finally get to that coronation that we mentioned just so long ago. That's when we finally get the payoff of that threat that came in the first 10 minutes of the movie, known as Lady Kane. She has a fairly good reason for hating the king and ergo Rapunzel after he cracked down on even petty crimes after the disappearance of his daughter.
What's the matter, Fred?
Your father locked up every criminal in the kingdom, including a simple petty thief.
My father. I saw him thrown into a cage and hauled off like some animal, never to be seen again.
Whoa, wait! His name is Fred? Anyway, don't mess with the hair, baby. You get the hair.
I promise you, I'll be back!
Damn, that was funny. And since Lady Kane and her goons are arrested, Rapunzel's dad celebrates by telling her she's grounded by martial law from leaving ever. Oh, Dad. You're so crazy. And we end with one big last hopeful number by Rapunzel, foreshadowing that this won't last forever. Okay, I definitely don't hate the music in this.
Life's gonna be like strawberry sherbet once she is Mrs. Eugene Fitzherbert.
Oh, and there's this last scene. Okay. Is that bad? I assumed other people have found that spot, right? Cassandra found it. They put a public plaque on it. They weren't keeping it a secret, obviously. It doesn't seem to do anything for anyone who's not Rapunzel, but okay, movie, I guess it's a zinger. And that's Rapunzel before Happily Ever After. Probably could have been improved by at least one more rewrite. You could have taken out at least half the filler stuffed in. The proposal plot could have been removed entirely, and now that I think about it, that was probably only done to give Flynn something to do in this thing. He really does nothing else. The continuity is strong, they don't really retcon anything, and I guess at least they have a plot for this thing, it's not just another episodic comedy. I do think people are probably gonna like this anyway. I can definitely see this having an audience, and I say why not? Sure. I thank you for watching this episode of Welcome to the Box. You can like and subscribe if you want, or don't. One last thing, shout out to Nostalgia Boy. Thank you for watching and writing comments. It really means a lot, and thanks for all the other people who do that too. But you asked, so here you go. Shout out to you. Keep on reviewing and making videos. Unless you don't want to, then you can stop.